All right, everybody, welcome back to Live Now from Fox, continuing our coverage of the Gabby Petito case and the search for her 23-year-old fiance, Brian Laundrie. Today, officially marking 2 weeks since the last sighting of Laundrie, as reported by his parents. And today, Gabby Petito's family is scheduled to speak out in a press conference for the first time since it was confirmed that the remains found in Wyoming were those of Gabby Petito. So I do want to head out to Northport, Florida, where we are being joined by Fox 13 Tampa's Kelly Cowan as she continues to follow this story. Kelly, good morning. What can you tell us?
Good morning to you. Well, that press conference held today at the Petito and Schmidt family's attorney's office. That's in New York, and that's going to be at 1 o'clock. We know the family's participating in this press conference. We don't know exactly why they've called this conference or what they plan to say, but they did say after her remains were found more than a week ago that they did plan on speaking out at a point when they'd had time to mourn her loss. And as we saw, they'd had a full week, and we saw some of her family members speaking at her funeral on Sunday. Now it appears that they'd like to address the media, address the public one-on-one. But in the meantime, we've also had a statement put out by Brian Laundrie's family attorney, and essentially this one countering some public sentiment and backlash that's been going on right now and trying to set the record straight. The attorney saying that essentially the Laundries, Brian's parents, are not at all responsible for his disappearance. They weren't helping him in any way, and trying to say that they're trying to help law enforcement and interested in finding their son as well. So Brian's parents specifically do not know where he is, according to their attorney, and he also said that the speculation that they assisted him in leaving the home is just wrong. Now, we also know that the FBI came to the home on Sunday. His attorney is the one that said that his parents were helping the FBI agents and allowing them to take items of Brian so that they could get that DNA sample from them. We spoke to USF, University of South Florida, forensic analyst over the weekend as well, and tried to get a little more information from him on what exactly they're planning to do with that DNA sample. He said it's going to be very useful in the search for Brian Laundrie. If remains are found, they'll be able to do a DNA match on those. If he's been leaving behind certain items, they'll be able to try to match those and determine if he's been somewhere. But it's not going to be very helpful in the actual autopsy being performed on Gabby right now in order to determine her cause of death, because, of course, Brian and Gabby lived together. They were living together here at this house in Northport. They were also on the road together for several months in that van, so it would not be unusual for his DNA to be on her body if they do find that. So what he was saying is that DNA useful for finding him, determining whether they found him, not necessarily for the cause of death, which they are still trying to determine in Gabby's case.
Yeah, and I know, Kelly, obviously you just said we don't know exactly what will be spoken about, but I do recall them saying we will have a press conference when Gabby is returned home. So is that a possibility that her body could be back?
That could be a figurative statement as well. As of yesterday, the FBI saying that they were still holding the remains, and as we know, a full autopsy report has not yet been released. So it is our understanding that that autopsy is still being performed, and it's also our understanding that this will take some time. Remember, her body was out there for a length of time. At most conservative estimates, maybe even 2 weeks. It could have been even longer than that. So her body, of course, found about a week ago, and we know that she likely was killed sometime in the time frame of the last week of August. So there is some time and some exposure that her body would have undergone out there, being left in the wilderness like that. They're also going to have to take their time to determine, especially if the wounds that she suffered are not obvious, what exactly killed her, what the best estimate what the best estimate is on that. And so it is, as we've been told the entire time by forensic analysts, going to take a couple weeks at least in order to determine a cause of death. Now, meanwhile, out here, we do have somewhat of a makeshift memorial that people have been leaving. We've had several nights where protesters have shown up, with last night with bullhorns, in fact, trying to put pressure on the Laundrie family. Again, the public sentiment sentiment that people, that they are not helping law enforcement with the search for Brian Laundrie. And so you see this little makeshift memorial that's been building. Of course, this was Gabby's home as well prior to her death. She lived here for over a year, according to her family. And you see here, flowers have been delivered. There's a pumpkin on the ground here. Of course, her last social media post in late August included a pumpkin saying Happy Halloween. You also see Justice for Gabby posters being left. I will note that this is on the bare edge of the Laundrie property, so technically not on their property. This is on the neighbor's property. And our Fox News crews at night have been telling us that people have just been delivering flowers from all over. So they've been sending flower delivery services out here with just an address, and they've said it's pretty interesting to see a delivery person show up with an address, not know exactly what they're supposed to do, and then see this memorial. And that's where they've been leaving things here on the corner of the Brian family property, Brian Laundrie family property.
Yeah, it's absolutely tragic. See, I even saw a poster that you just panned to that put Brian's face there and it says a murderer. Now, what do people in the neighborhood, Kelly, have to say about the fact that today marks 2 weeks since his parents claimed that's the last time that they've seen or heard from him?
Well, there is a lot of frustration in this neighborhood that not only is all of this going on, because of course it does affect them, but a lot of outpouring of sympathy, empathy for Gabby and her family and everything that they've gone through. And there's frustration that, you know, they're feeling that the Laundrie family hasn't exactly been helpful with law enforcement. And not only is that allowing a potential killer to elude justice, but that's also creating a big circus around their homes. Media here for the past now going on 2.5 weeks or so, 3 weeks. And so I'm pretty sure that they have had just about enough of it. But as I said yesterday, they too want justice for Gabby Petito.
All right. Well, Fox 13 Tampa's Kelly Cowan out there for us in Northport, Florida. Again, everybody, you can tune into our show at 1 p.m. Eastern time to hear those remarks from Gabby Petito's family. Kelly, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.